Now oak logs will warm you well that are old and dry. Logs of pine will sweetly smell, but the sparks will fly. Birch logs will burn too fast and chestnuts scarce at all, sir. And hawthorn logs are good to last that are cut well in the fall, sir. Why surely you will find there's a no compare with the hardwood logs that's cut in winter time. Holly logs will burn like a wax, you could burn them green. Elm logs burn like smouldering flax, with no flames to be seen. Beech logs for winter time, yew logs as well, sir. Green elder logs, it is a crime for any man to sell, sir. Why surely you will find there's a no compare with the hardwood logs that's cut in winter time. And apple logs, they will scent your room, and cherry logs across the dogs, they smell like flowers of broom. But ash logs, smooth and grey, buy them green or old, sir, and buy up all that comes your way, for they're worth their weight in gold, sir.
Perhaps it's now true that the real bardic mystery for us is what it was the bards actually believed. These sacred poets were, it seems, a branch of the Druid order at least as early as the invasions of Julius Caesar, for he mentions them as such. But the Druid and earliest bardic material, being oral rather than written, is virtually unrecoverable. So apart from the very, very few surviving treasures, such as the spoils of Annwn and the Battle of the Trees, which hint at their Druid origins or antecedents, the main content of early bardic poetry remaining to us takes the form of eulogy of patrons, elegy of the heroic dead, and some satire. Presumably much was excised by the church scribes, who included this material in their books, and more simply ceased to be recorded by the early Middle Ages. But one further very important bardic theme has escaped for our delight: nature's beauty. For the early Celtic Church remained a hotbed of unorthodoxy as far as the Church of Rome was concerned. In particular, there flourished in Britain the so-called Pelagian heresy. Founded by a 4th century British monk, Pelagius, this doctrine denied the existence of original sin and maintained freedom of the human will. Hence, while Catholicism increasingly viewed the world as evil, even as the work of the devil, the Celtic Church for many centuries continued to delight in the world as God made manifest. So it seems only fitting to conclude here with a selection of early Celtic nature poetry. The first piece, Winter, is by an unknown Welsh author of the 11th century. Sharp wind, stark hill, scant shelter, unforded ford, frozen lake, a single stem would bear a man, wave on wave drowns the shore. High cries from the steep slope, hard even to stand for a man outside. Cold lake bed before the winter, reeds withered, stalks broken. Harsh wind, forests bare, cold bed of fishes under ice cover. Starved stag, bearded reeds, short evening, trees bent. Falling snow, white cloak, warriors make no foray. Cold lakes of warmthless colour. Falling snow, white frost, idle shield on a spent man's shoulder. Mighty wind, grass freezing. Falling snow on the skin of the ice. Billowing wind through close trees. A shield sits well on a well man's shoulder. Falling snow, the valley fills. Warriors go to war, but I shall not go. A wound forbids it. The second piece is by an unknown Irish author of about the 9th or 10th century. It's called The Month of May. May it is, fair-faced and gentle. Blackbirds exult at the crack of day. Cuckoo's work greets lordly summer. A balm it is for every bitterness. Hedge green bristle the branching boughs. Summer shallows, thirsty herds hasten there. Heather's hair sprouts, bog cotton flourishes. Tides of smoothness, the ocean drowses, flowers decorate the world. Bees bear their weight of harvest. High hills call the cows, the ant feasts. Harp of the trees hums and soothes. Colour reposes on each slope. Haze upon the brimming lake. The corncrake croaks on, merciless poet. Pure falls fall to the warm pool. Rushes regain their voice of whispers. Swallows soar and dart above. Ardent music rings the hill. Fruit of sweetness is in the bud. The dusty cuckoo cries and calls. Speckled fish are at their leaping. Strength is on the swift hero. Strength of man is in full flower. Majesty of heights unmarred. Fair are the woods from root to twig. Fair each fresh and fertile field, ever pleasant the garb of spring. Winter gales past and gone, there is cheerfulness on every good grove. Restful, happy, sunlit time. Flutterings of birds flock down, green fields full of answerings, where the busy water sparkles. A passion sparks for the racing of horses, where warriors are arrayed. Rich verges of the cattle pool lend gold to the iris flower. Shy, unyielding lark, the burden of your song is clear. Bonny, serene May is perfect. The last piece is also attributed to the ubiquitous Taliesin. It's called Canna Gwint, or Song of the Wind. Unriddle me this, if you can. I was, before God's flood, without flesh or vein or bone. Headless, footlessly I stride, nothing's child, never born. When my breath stills, I am not dead, no older now, nor ever young. I have no need of beast or man. Sea whitener, forest piercer, handless I touch a whole field, time's partner, youth's partaker, wide as the wide earth is wide. Unequalled, masterless, never prisoner, landless, invisible and blind, solitary and brash of manner, gentle, murderous and without sin. I am no repairer of disorder. I am wet and dry and weak and strong. What am I that the cold moon fosters and the ardour of the sun?
When old Jack Frost has threatened his worst and fallen from branch to briar, then welcome the nights that double the lights in the light of a fine going fire. Good fortune attend each merry man's friend that does but his best as he may, to banish old wrong with a cup and a song and drive the cold winter away. And to mum, your neighbours are come with whistles of nut brown ale, to drink and carouse, and may all in this house be as merry as bucks in the dale. It's good bread and cheese we ask for our fees, to make us the longer to stay, to banish old wrong with a cup and a song and drive the cold winter away.